Paintball legend Shane Pestana has returned to lead the Los Angeles Ironmen. Pestana has led the team to championships in 3 different eras of the sport. The roster he has now to work with is the best to take the field in over 5 years. The Ironmen had mixed results at the first event. They didn't have to play in a relegation game, but they didn't play well enough to make Sunday. They finished a disappointing but respectable 5th in Dallas. Not bad for the first event with the combined roster of the best San Jose royalty players and the core of the Ironman team from last season. The team is filled with stars and young killers looking to prove themselves. Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman are 2 of the best players in the league, and Alex Rodriguez was a man on fire at the last event. Veteran Mike Paxton could excel on this layout, as could Toke Hamill in the Snake and Chris Catt on the D side. Young Brandon Cornell could finally break out of his shell as well, and Daniel Ibarra put enough work in Dallas to be the Ironman's 2nd highest ranked player. This could finally be the roster that breaks the Ironman's 5-year win drought. Art Chaos has one of the most dominant rosters in the entire world, and it's a fact no one can argue. They marched through the Challengers division in Dallas, completely decimating every single team that stood in front of them on their way to winning the division. They now make their first appearance in the Champions division, and though the team may be new to the league, the star players that make up their roster are household names in the game. Konstantin Fedorov is the best peer killer in the sport, and he was a big reason Houston Heat was so dominant during his 2 years with that team. Sergei Sunaiskov and Misha Kiesnev were the 2 other Russian sensations on Heat with Fedorov, and they are as good as it gets. Adding to the firepower Art Chaos is bringing to the fight is the 2012 Top Gun Award winner Alexander Birnikov, who made the move to Chaos after spending his entire career with Moscow Red Legion. Surrounding those stars is a cast who were stars with their former teams, including Axel Godin and Clint Moore. Add in a bunch of young Russian killers, and you have a team who could win events in the PSP this season.
So here we go. The start of this game between Art Chaos and the Los Angeles Ironmen. This is the first game for the Los Angeles Ironmen here at this event. Art Chaos got beat pretty bad by San Diego Dynasty 7-2 in their first matchup. Oh, but right away the penalty bug strikes for, it looks like that might have been Marcelo Margot getting a penalty. Yeah, so Marcelo Margot, who normally never gets penalties, comes out, gets a penalty right away, which puts Mike Paxton in the box. But thank God for Ironman fans, that's only a minor penalty. So just 50 seconds left on that penalty. That does put the Ironmen down some bodies here against Art Chaos. That's not the way that they wanted to start the game. We'd like to welcome Steve Rabikoff up to the announcer's booth. Steve, how you doing?
Everything's going great, man. Weather's great. Event's going great. Teams are playing great. Let's do it.
So what do you think about this matchup here, Rab? You got Art Chaos coming into the Champions League. They got beat pretty bad by Dynasty in the first match, 7-2. Now they're playing the Ironmen.
Right now, like you said, Ironmen didn't get to play. They haven't played yet. This is the first match. Chaos is probably a little upset after they played how they played this morning. Got a little more penalties than they thought they deserved, but hey, that's paintball, and let's see what they do here.
Yeah, so looks like the Ironmen dug in over here in the center and on the Snake side. Art Chaos has not really taken advantage of the slight advantage that they have. They do have a 1-body advantage right now, as Alex Goldman was able to take out Misha Kiesnev. So 4 players left alive right now, and now the Ironmen get a body back, so they finally get Paxton out of the box. So 4-on-4 again.
And he ran into that nice puddle back there. Did you guys see the mud puddle back there?
Oh, how can you miss the mud puddle? And it's, you know, this field did start out with some awesome grass, and it also appears that the Ironman side of the field, which, well, at least on their side right now, as these teams switch back and forth. Oh, it looks like Lukashuk is taking the walk out of his bunker too. So now Art Chaos starting to drop the ball a little bit here. They had the early advantage of that Marcelo Margot penalty, but didn't really do anything with that.
And we talked about this yesterday, and I know it's been going on today. Now we're on that 3-on-3 situation. Now this is where we see which players can pull these games out, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, Art Chaos, we know that they're really good at making adjustments on the fly. You know, they have their 3 bodies in right now, Fedorov, Solnishkov, and Biernikov. Very good at communicating, very good at locking up zones. You know, we're going to see the first test of the Ironman. Can they break this zone? Alex Goldman's up there in Dorito 2. Brandon Cornell is up in that wing on the Snake side, just locking off the Snake side. Not really looking to attack very much right now. Ibarra, he's over here in that Snake side temple. He's looking to attack.
Well, Todd, Alex Goldman really playing a big factor early on here. 2 confirmed kills for him. He shot both of the Art Chaos players that have walked off early in Pavel Lukashuk and Misha Kiesnev. So Alex Goldman really earning his keep, and Alex pretty much always earns his keep And it's also interesting that they sent Alex Goldman to play on the D side of the field. Alex is normally a snake side player. That's really how he cut his teeth in the sport and became paintball famous. But doing some work for the Ironmen on that D side to get it back after that Marcelo Margot penalty.
Yeah, and there goes Bierdnikov up into the Dorito too as well. So now Brandon Cornell, who's looking down the Dorito side, looking back to the snake side, thinking about maybe making a move over here. Ibarra now working on Bierdnikov across the field. Fedorov is mirrored up with Brandon Cornell. There's Ibarra on your screen. You can see his view with Cornell in front of him. Mike Paxton back in that tower after he just took a quick little minute rest, got back in the game. He and Alex Goldman over there on the Dorito side. Paxton really just trying to protect Bierdnikov, keep him alive as Ibarra finally makes the move. He comes out. Nobody sees Fedorov.
Oh my God, no one sees Fedorov, Todd, like you said, and here comes Fedorov. Wow, sorry, here comes Alex Coleman, who is able to run down a player on the D side of the field, but then he gets shot cross-field by Fedorov, who no one has seen. Now they finally picked up on Fedorov, and then Fedorov takes his face smashed.
Brandon Cornell was just playing possum there the entire game. I think everybody might have forgot about him, and as soon as Fedorov popped up, laced him up.
So the Ironmen will be the first to strike here and get on the board,
and
1-0.
And take advantage of starting off the game with the penalty. Work that penalty out and pulled that game through. So
yeah, nice work by Alex Goldman in that point. Shot the first two guys, and then on the run-through shot his third. So great work, and then Brandon Cornell getting that shot on Konstantin Fedorov. And that's a cool story about Brandon Cornell, real young guy. Still about, I think he's 17 years old, and he's a highly touted rookie. So we'll be right back with some more of this matchup. Do not go anywhere.
They say don't be perfect, be clutch. Being clutch is one of my biggest assets. You can rely on me to be clutch, and I rely on the Vanquish. My name is Damian Ryan. I play for Team Infamous, and the Vanquish takes my game to another level.
Being confident on the field is key in being successful. Every snapshot, every lane, every gun battle, it all matters. Having equipment that allows me to play confident in the best of my abilities is huge. The spacing and texture of the Vanquish grips are ideal for handling in every situation. It's a soft shooting, hit every shot you take kind of marker. My name is Drew Templeton. I play for Team Infamous, and the Vanquish takes my game to another level.
Taking a look at the players about to start this next point for Art Chaos. Axel Godin, Clint Moore, Roman Lazarev, Pavel Karslev, and Evgeny Zakharov. So the second line for Art Chaos, trying to break out wide. Good crossfield spread. That is a risk here, and they are able to take that risk, and it works. 5 bodies alive for Art Chaos. And it looks like 4 for the Ironmen as Chris Cat, CC getting shot by Zakharov off the break. So it's just John Kolkman, Toe Camel, Marcelo Margot, and Alex Rodriguez out on the field for the Ironmen. They are up 1-0 right now, 15:22 to go here in this match.
And here comes Art Chaos into the snake one, trying to get down the snake side. So
yeah, Karsliev snuck in under John's gun. It got into snake one right away, and he just peels off Alex Rodriguez, who had no idea. Looks like John is getting checked out right now. Referee not finding anything. Marcelo Margot up in that snake side can.
Did you see John when he saw the ref running at him? And he's like, whoa, why are you running at me, man? Don't run towards me.
Hey, man, anytime you see a ref sprint over, I'd say that's about 75-25 for that guy getting a penalty.
Yeah, there's Karsliev right there, gunned down in snake one on your screen. He's got bodies behind him, though. Over here on the snake side, both temples hot for Art Chaos. Marcelo Margot takes the opportunity to bail out of that can and jumps into the snake side temple. He's got Toe Camel right next to him over here in the corner. Ironmen lost their body on the break going up to the Dorito side corner, and then Karsliev shot A-Rod out of that Dorito, so just 3 bodies left alive now for the Ironmen.
Here comes Alex Godin moving down the Dorito side, so the Dorito 50, and Art Chaos moves now to Snake 50, so they're slowly but surely moving this both sides of the field here, trying to keep pressure on the Ironman.
You know, there is movement available on this field. There's definitely lots of it. It's just how smart can you aggressively push up the field?
Yeah, all about timing. You know, all about timing over here for these teams. You know, don't want to give up anything for free. Toe Camel right now thinking about making a move down the snake side, but lots of protection for Art Chaos. Marcelo Margot, the body looking towards the Dorito side. He's the one that's looking to Axel in the 50. Axel, plenty of space to work with over there. There's Toe Camel on your screen, looking down the wire. Coming through the middle right now, Art Chaos up into the X, or the A, I should say, into that fortress, now looking underneath. Oh, Axel, ooh, Axel barely squeezes through Marcelo Margot's gun, comes onto Ironman's side of the field. Coming along with him now.
Uh-oh.
Looks like
There's
Marcelo gets shot, and for 2 points in a
Wow,
row,
Marcelo
Marcelo
back
gets
to
another
back.
penalty.
And you see Marcelo walking off, just shaking his head. Two penalties of any type for Marcelo is very bizarre because, you know, he's one of the cleanest players out there, and it's one of the reasons that he's always so highly ranked. So 2 minor penalties for Marcelo is quite the strange turn of events for him. And he's on my fantasy team, so he's blowing it for me right now. So it looks like Art Chaos is going to tie this up as long as that hang is clean, and it looks like it is. So we have ourselves a 1-1 game right now. Anybody's match, 12 minutes and 39 seconds to go. So can the young Ironman team finally start to coalesce and get it together here as they did in that first point, or is it going to be the powerhouse Art Chaos finally making their own statement to the league? Hey, we can bang with the best. This is the top 10 teams in the entire world, like we always say, because it's true. And they lost a really bad one to Dynasty 7-2 earlier on. So we're going to be right back with some more of this matchup. Stick around.
This is the Earth. The Earth is beautiful. Earth is where we play paintball. It is important to recycle in order to save the Earth. Do not recycle custom paintball jersey designs. Get what you pay for. Get a fresh original design at rosalife.com.
Looking at Clint Moore in the pits right now. Pickup for Art Chaos and longtime top-level UK player. Taking the offer from Art Chaos. It was kind of a lot of guys got offered spots on Art Chaos. Kind of a tough offer to turn down, but a lot of guys did. They turned down the money and stuck with their teams, like Kyle Spica, and you know, it was interesting how the offseason played out. Now we're here in event number 2, and we got to see how everyone was playing at that first event. Infamous obviously won it, and Art Chaos dominated in the Challengers division. And since it's their first year, you don't just get to start in the Champions division. You have to earn the right to play here, because that's how it works. And you have to consistently continue to earn the right to play. So we will find out as this tournament progresses who will be playing in those very exciting relegation matches on Sunday morning. But right now, it looks like the Ironman looking good. Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod up in the center. You can see him on your screen right now. And A-Rod had a huge event in Dallas, just constantly running through. But he gets a major penalty, so the penalties are starting to fly against the Ironman. That's the 3rd penalty for them this match, and from 2 of their superstar players, too.
Yeah, I didn't even see A-Rod take anything going up there, but looks like he's got a hit on his right hip. He was looking at his gun, but he drew that penalty. That penalty came from the outside, so referee probably saw something, you know, as he took that bump up to the Dorito side.
And what's even worse about that, sorry to interrupt you, is they pulled out his Goldman. So A-Rod gets taken out, and then says, hey, Alex, you got to go.
That's 2 heavy hitters.
Taken off the Dorito side,
So let's see if the Ironmen can fight back again. They did through that first penalty. 1 minute and 24 seconds remains on that major penalty from Alex Rodriguez. 3 players left alive for the Ironmen: Ibarra, Paxton, and Humphreys. Here comes Art Chaos. Fedorov in the snake, in good field position. And Mike Paxton's gun is just rolling on. And Mike Paxton is great at putting pressure on opposing players. Very intimidating player to play against. Lets the bonus balls fly. He's very vocal, and great at pulling off those low body situations. And this is his type of field layout.
Yeah, he's a paintball linebacker.
Yeah.
You know, one of the toughest dudes in the game. Yeah, he'll go toe-to-toe with anybody. He loves one-on-ones. He'll definitely play the paint game and dump tons of paint. But, you know, Art Chaos right now just swarming down that Dorito side, able to pinch him out. Humphreys gets pinched out. Ibarra gets pinched out. And nothing left for the Ironmen as Solnishkov and Lukashuk come darting up the middle of the field and close this game out. Still 26 seconds left on the major penalty.
And Todd, did you see Humphreys get bonus balled? He stands up, he looks at Fedorov and shakes his head like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. We can play this game. But Art Chaos takes that point. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Lauren Kelly.
I am here with Clint Moore. You guys just took the lead 2-1 against Ironmen. You did lose 7-2 against Dynasty earlier. What were some of the challenges you were having?
Penalties killed us in that match, so we need to stop them, and then I'm sure we'll go on and win this match against Ironmen.
All right, well, good luck. He's got to go in, so I'm going to let him go, but we'll see if they can keep this lead.
Great to see, even though they lost that point and they did get that penalty. I love the mentality from Humphreys. Even though they lost the point, instead of walking off angry, dejected, head down, he looked at the guys that bonus ball him, all three of them, and was like, yeah, okay, bring it on. We can play this game. We do this in practice all the time.
Every weekend.
We do this for fun.
Well, the Ironmen have those notoriously brutal practices. They do Mexican standoffs all the time. They have those obscene rules. If you're like late for practice, you have to have the Ring of Fire, the Silver Surfer, which is you have to run. You have to play you have to play a set of just wearing your board shorts, no pads, nothing else. So I mean, they have it. It's a tough team. It builds these tough players, and they got a lot of young guys that came over from Royalty. But that's what's cool about having guys like Shane Pastana and Mike Paxton, some brutal old school players that are not scared to say, "Hey, kid, toughen up." Yeah, you got to do Ring Around the Rosie, which is you have to run all the way around the field while the entire team stands in the center. I watched Toke Hamill get shot. I counted the welts. I think it had something about 85 welts on his body because he missed his flight. And so at a practice down in Florida, they literally had him run Ring Around the Rosie. They had run all the way around the field. And all the guys sat at the center of the field, and everyone on the team got to shoot him to bits as he ran around the field. So that's the type of practices that the Ironmen have. So they're not scared to play that game. Rab's over here like, no, I wouldn't do that.
Not me.
I'm late. I'll pay the fee to be late.
Yeah. How much was that ticket? Here you go.
I'll buy dinner.
So here we go. You're looking at the Ironmen on your screen right now. They're in those gray dye jerseys. And on the flip side in the purple is the Art Chaos. And here comes Art Chaos. 5 bodies alive for them. The Ironmen doubling up, coming out that penalty. So they're back full strength. And Marcelo is really struggling here. And this is an uncharacteristic performance by Marcelo Margot, who he's gotten 2 penalties, dying early out of his spot twice. Not typically what we see out of Marcelo.
Looks like John just got shot. He's going to get a major for not coming off.
Oh, wow.
He knew he was hit and just kept playing. Going to get Alex Goldman pulled again. Alex Goldman serving a lot of time in that box this morning as Art Chaos. Ooh, looks like, yeah, he gets shot driving across into the snake. So 2 bodies down on Art Chaos' side of the field, 3 still alive as Axel Godin just dives into the Dorito 3. Clint Moore's over here on the snake side can, just trying to keep Brandon Cornell from going anywhere. So 2 bodies left alive for the Ironmen, just CC and Brandon Cornell here on the snake side. As Clint Moore, you see on your screen right now, makes that bump from the snake side can to the snake side temple. There's CC over there in the Dorito, number 20, Brandon Cornell here on the snake side, trying to keep Axel Godin from running down the field. But Godin's got help. They got 2 bodies over there on the Dorito side. Does Art Chaos. Clint Moore, he can just sit here and wrap around the outside and shoot paint at CC.
And he needs to get down the snake side a little bit because those guys, Ironmen are in perfect position.
Oh, Brandon
right
Cornell gets a shot in on Axel Godin. 2-on-2 ball game right now. Oh, no, Axel stays in the game. Looked like he walked out the field.
It looked like he got shot. He was going to walk off the field.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a red
See?
flag.
And there's a major penalty now. So now a major penalty on Art Chaos is, yeah, like we said, it looked like Godin had got shot and he continued to play. Maybe, again, there might have been a little bit of a language barrier. Godin does speak pretty good English. But I'm not really sure it's all the way on the other side of the field over there. But here comes the Ironmen. It's a 1-on-2. Big point right now for the Ironmen as they.
And Ironmen, they actually can play this a little bit smarter and get Goldman out of the box and still have about over a minute left on our Chaos's penalty.
Yeah, but it looks like Brandon Cornell, the young sensation for the Ironmen, trying to close the gap here. And it looks like, Todd, they're not going to heed your advice as they're just going to double team Clint Moore here and put that point on the board. But it looks like they might get him. No, so the point smartly is conceded by Art Chaos. Art Chaos going to blow that horn, thus assuring that 10 seconds will be left on that penalty.
Start 4-on-4 on the break.
Yeah, so it will be 4-on-4 on the break. Minute 24 on that goddamn penalty. It's all tied up at 2 apiece. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. So we're taking a look in the pits right here for the Los Angeles Ironmen. It's Alex Rodriguez, who had one of the majors. So in this penalty-ridden match, we haven't really seen penalties play a gigantic factor so far. They've definitely they've been there, but we've seen worse tournaments as far as penalties are concerned. But this game, back and forth majors, Todd.
Well, it's crazy that the Ironmen are still in this game, considering they've got a penalty every single point so far. 2 of them on Marcelo,
And
one of them on John, and one of them on A-Rod. So
and it's tied 2-2.
At least Marcelo's getting minor penalties.
Yeah.
But still, Marcelo struggling here early on in this first game for them, maybe just getting a slow start. And you see there's Rocky Cagnoni, one of the founders of the front player game. And he used to play with Avalanche back in the day. And everybody loves Rocky, but now in the pits, he's an amazing gun tech. He's one of the best DM gun techs in the world. So pitting for the Ironmen. But yeah, Todd, good point. The fact that the Ironmen have been able to stay in this match, even though they've had such a gigantic amount of penalties in these 4 points that we've seen so far. Still 7 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Both of these teams, 4 players, and another minor penalty now on Sergei Solnaiskov in that back.
And Fedorov gets hit right into the snake corner, so they're down.
Huge break for the Ironmen.
Too quick.
Yeah, huge break for the Ironmen right now, 4-on-2. And it looks like they should be able to close this out. They're only looking at 2 bodies. They haven't spread the field yet. They do have penetration up in that center, as Daniel Ibarra is in really good field position right now, trying to get a shot on Mishka through the crack of that center fortress.
So Mishka is now in that Dorito side can up front. Here comes Biernikov out of the box. Ibarra gets shot, but still 4 bodies left alive for the Ironmen.
Todd, did you see the move that Mishka made to get a shot on, or is that, no, it's Biernikov. He backed all the way out, came all the way over like he was going to go in the insert bunker on the snake side, shot him through the crack, and then went back the same way he came. That was a very creative kill right there for Biernikov to at least come closer to evening up the body count. And it took the thorn out of their side a little bit because the Ironmen are still stuck in those back bunkers. That was a huge kill by
Chaos
Malloy.
is getting ready to come out of the penalty box possibly if they can get out to the right side of the field.
Well, if he can get out of the box and actually do something and chop some Ironman players up, it will come down. Here's Biernikov's going to make the same move again. This time he digs all the way out to the back corner bunker, making room for his teammate. And it looks like they are both alive, so good play so far in this point to try to stave off the attack for the Ironmen. The Ironmen do have that center bunker. Looks like Mishka gets taken out. So 2 players left alive again for Art Chaos, as it's now Sergei Solnaiskov who came out of the box and Alexander Malloy, Biernikov. 5 minutes and 57 seconds remain here. Score all tied up at 2 apiece.
Look at Malloy here.
Biernikov goes all the way to the 50, and Fedorov looked like, Sergei got a shot in on Alex Goldman, but Biernikov is running down the field. Oh, no, he gets picked up. Marcelo Margot and Mike Paxson still alive, as Biernikov was by himself.
Hey, Biernikov was wheeling and dealing over here. I was just about to say, if he pulls this off, that's just straight putting the team on your back. But he wasn't able to do it. Did get picked up cross field, looks like, by Marcelo. So Marcelo able to get 2 kills there and finally start clocking in, getting his first 2 kills of this match. So with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go here, the Ironmen up the slight lead here against Art Chaos. The score is 3-2. We'll be right back after this.
On or off? Yeah, you're off.
There's Eric Humphreys right there with the 15-year-old Sandana on the top of his head. I saw him at practice. I was like, kid, you can probably get any free headgear that you want. Why are you still rocking the Dirt Rocker Sandana? He's like, this is my mojo, baby. I can't take this thing off.
You could maybe sew up a hole in it, though.
Yeah, I love Eric Humphreys, though. Eric Humphreys, San Diego native, came up the hard way and earned his spot on this team, and he's been a big contributor. Been around for a couple years now on the Ironman. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Lauren Kelly, down in the pits.
Hey guys, I am down here with Shane Pastana in the Ironmen pit. You guys are up 3-2, and Art Chaos is starting with a body down. What kind of strategy are you going to run to make sure you can keep this lead and not let them run out that time?
Well, the last game, they ran shot to the corners when they were down on a body. So hopefully we get that G, and we're going to come right up the middle and contain them. If we don't get the G, we'll probably still go up the middle and attack them up the center and down the Cerrito side and see what happens.
Besides the penalties that they keep getting, what other weaknesses are you seeing Art Chaos have today?
I don't know if they have weaknesses. They're pretty damn good. But I'll be honest with you. I think we're exploiting that when they don't get wide. If they do a conservative breakout, we're exploiting them. That's the points that we're winning.
And what are your biggest challenges coming into this weekend with this field layout?
Well, right now, staying out of the penalty box. We've had a penalty almost every point. If we can shore that up, I think this game's a completely different score right now. And other than that, you know what? You just got to survive the break and then go play paintball.
All right. Do you think any teams are going to be able to break this field open and win any points quickly?
If anybody would, it'd probably be us.
All right, that's pretty confident. We'll see if they can keep the lead at 3-2 right now. We got 50 seconds on the clock.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So getting a word from the legend himself, Shane Pastana, leading the charge for the Ironmen. So great to see him back in the fold with the Ironmen, bringing the guys over from San Jose Royalty. He spent the past couple years. You know, Shane just has such an innate love for the game, never can stay away. Every time that he retires, he always ends up coming back. And so it's great to see him. And now they're beating Art Chaos. So, you know, Art Chaos having kind of a rough day so far, especially considering, Todd, like you had brought up before, and that Shane just brought up, how many penalties the Ironmen are getting. So I don't know what's going on with the Ironmen. Maybe it's the layout. Not really sure, but still, you know, Art Chaos has got to pick it up here. They are in the Champions Division. No one's going to give them an easy game up here. This isn't going to be like the cakewalk they had down in the Challengers Division. So here we go. Split screen breakout. Art Chaos on your right, Ironman on your left. The score is 3-2. 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this game here. And it looks like number 20 for the Ironman getting shot to break. That's young Brandon Cornell. So no snake attack for the Ironman right now. They do have 2 players on that D side of the field, though. Good cross-field spread for the 4 players on Art Chaos. 1 still in that box waiting to get out. Minute and 40 seconds left on that major penalty.
And shooting Ironman like that right in the break there with a penalty that Art Chaos has, that's what you need to do on this field, man. Get it, kill that penalty, get back out and play paintball. And like Shane said, survive the break.
Yeah.
You got to survive the break.
Ironman losing another body. John getting shot out of that tower again by Fedorov, who was just going to work on him on the outside, opening up the middle of the field for, looks like Biernikov coming across, and now he's in the 50 snake. Fedorov in snake 1. Looking across the field, Cece's in that Dorito side corner for the Ironman. Alex Goldman, Dorito 2. And Eric Humphreys gets shot in the arm as Biernikov wraps around and puts a ball in on him. He's going to take off running. Alex Goldman switches just at the wrong time, misses Biernikov.
And I'm surprised they didn't hit the buzzer yet. They should have done that about maybe 10 seconds ago. So
Yeah, and you wouldn't think 10 seconds is much, but it hey man, every second counts when you're working with a team that's got a major penalty. Instead of 46 seconds left, it would have been 56 seconds, giving you a little bit more time to work on that power play. Regardless, though, good job by Art Chaos to tie it up there, even though they had that penalty still on the board. So you're looking in the pits right now. There's Mishka. And we will be right back after word from our sponsors. So right after the conclusion of this match, which has about 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go, we will see Dynasty take on Chicago Aftershock. And in case you guys are just tuning in here to the webcast, Aftershock defeated Infamous, the team that won the last event. So that should be a great match as San Diego Dynasty beat up on Art Chaos in their first game 7-2. So looking forward to that game. And then after that matchup, it will be Infamous and one of the teams you're watching right now, the Los Angeles Ironmen, to close out the morning bracket. And then we have the whole afternoon bracket coming at you with X Factor, 187, Vicious and Damage, and Impact in that afternoon bracket. So tons more great paintball from the best teams in the world here at the 2014 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open. On the breakout here, the Ironmen, 5 alive. They are on a power play for another 40 seconds. Art Chaos moving up in the center of the field. They got Mishka just trying to lock down that D side. You're looking at the Ironmen on your screen into Snake 1. Good aggressive moves by the Ironmen early on. And now a move all the way past, leapfrogging is Daniel Ibarra, I believe.
Oh, he puts a couple on the back of Mishka.
So Art Chaos getting a taste of their own medicine here, letting the Ironmen run down the field, just dropping the ball on the Snake side. Good job from the Ironmen to push up on this Snake side of the field.
Marcelo and A-Rod look like they both got shot right there. A-Rod's bounced. Marcelo comes walking off the field. Ironman in control of the Snake side right now. Fedorov somehow makes it out to the Snake side corner, and Art Chaos gets their body out of the box. So 3:30 left to go. It's a tie ball game. Biernikov gets shot. Fedorov is out wide. He's got Sergey on the inside, both battling down the Dorito side right now. Nobody looking Snake side. Ironmen have 2 bodies over here. Ironmen, they can start wrapping around the outside, putting the pressure on Sergey. Ibarra looking to get a shot in on that Dorito 1, as now both Toke Hamill and Ibarra start wrapping around the outside of the Snake. They have a lot of room to work with. The Snake, the outside bunkers on the Snake are outset a little bit farther than the Snake side corners. The corner doesn't have a straight shot in on the 50 Snake or on the Snake 1.
Sneak him out a little bit in there.
Yeah. You have a little bit of room to wrap. Fedorov, in the same sense, has a little bit of room to wrap as well. Over there on the inside, as he's looking to try and get a shot in on Alex Rodriguez. Looks like Alex Rodriguez gets shot. I think he might have traded out with Zakharov.
So 3 players left alive for the Ironmen: Toke Hamill, Mike Paxton, and Daniel Ibarra. They're doubled up here in the Snake. They have the Snake 50 and also Snake 1. Mike Paxton in the back center bunker. No one on the D side. Here comes Konstantin Fedorov making his move. He's trying to get a shot on Mike Paxton on your screen. There's Fedorov right there, right-hand portion. I think he might have got a shot cross field, but as Mike tried to push over on the D side, no, Mike was able to make it out clean. That's going to be big for the Ironmen because it can put a little bit more pressure on Fedorov here. Fedorov needs to be careful because as soon as he comes around, he's looking right at the gun of Daniel Ibarra, who is literally just waiting for his snapshot. Look at this. Daniel Ibarra has not dropped this lane. He knows Fedorov's in that spot. He's just waiting for Fedorov to head check down this sideline to try to get a shot in on him.
Yeah, but Sergey's over there in that tower. He's got a gun on Ibarra. So Toke Hamill and Ibarra both over here on the Snake side. Hamill trying to work on Sergey, Mike Paxson trying to figure out what's available to him. He knows where Fedorov is now. 3-on-2 advantage for the Ironmen, but a long way to go to come get Fedorov. And Fedorov, you know, he's got a pretty good shot in on the front of Mike Paxson's bunker should he decide to try and make a move into that second Dorito. But
and we got exactly 1 minute left in this game here, so it's tied 3-3. I don't think anyone's gonna make any crazy moves here.
Well, it would be
Oh,
smart.
and as I say that,
but
Fedorov gets taken out.
And this might open it up, though. Not much time left. 49 seconds to go. Let's see if the Ironmen can close this out and win this game. And it looks like they are able to get the last shot in on Sergey Solnaiskov. Last player left alive for Art Chaos. And here comes the Los Angeles Ironmen to put potentially the winning point on the board with just 43 seconds left to go here. I do not think that Art Chaos is going to have enough time. We've seen a couple points that have been right around 45 seconds long, so it is possible, but it's going to be really tough for Art Chaos to score a quick point to go into the guns of the Ironmen with not enough time left, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Todd, what do you think?
how many people thought Art Chaos were going to have 2 losses after Friday's competition?
And I was just looking at the schedule, like if
How
they
many
go down,
of y'all? How many of y'all?
You seem a little happy.
I'm not happy. I'm just saying.
Well,
who thought
I mean,
this was gonna
Todd's the
happen?
coach of Infamous. No, I agree. A lot of people, again, Art Chaos was one of the favorites to win this event. Unfortunately for them, is that when you look, and we talked about this on the breakdown, we talk about this all the time because, well, it's just the fact of the matter, because of how good all these teams are. So even though you have a young Ironman squad with a bunch of these young guys that just, you know, they're not as seasoned as the players that are rostered on Art Chaos. It doesn't matter. Todd, you always say this. Hey, every day is a new day. You have a chance to get out there and prove yourself and earn your stripes as a professional paintball player. We just watched Daniel Ibarra do that right now. And, you know, guys like Brandon Cornell stepping up for the Ironman too. When also, like, think about this game. Marcel Lamar got not really a lot of production out of him, got a lot of penalties. You know, you didn't really have, I mean, Alex Rodriguez, he also got a penalty too. He did some work out there. And then also Alex Goldman played good in the beginning of the game to keep it close. But man, really solid work by the Ironmen. You know what I'm kind of, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but you know how Art Chaos normally walks around with that swagger? Yeah. Do you see that swagger out there today?
It's like I told you, I saw it in Europe, the Millennium, and they didn't do how they thought they were going to do after winning Dallas, and I'm still seeing it. It's not, they don't have that swagger, like you said, right now. Now, if they go down 0-2 today, Todd, you don't want to go down 0-2 on a Friday, man. That just puts you in a bad spot for tomorrow. You have to win your games if you don't want to go down to the relegation games.
Hey, that doesn't mean you can't get in at 2-2.
No,
you at
you
2-2, you can get in.
You did that.
Yeah, plenty of teams have done it.
Hey.
So,
you know?
Hey, Art Chaos tomorrow, they have to play Aftershock, and they have to play Infamous. Infamous already lost a game today. So they're going to be a little angry. They're going to be playing with the chip on their shoulder. They have one more game this afternoon against the Ironmen, and we actually have a little bit of a technical timeout, so we got a little bit of time to talk about this. But we've all been in this position before. You come in high and mighty. You won the last event. You've been training so much. You feel super confident. Everyone's in good shape. Everyone's healthy. All of a sudden, disaster strikes. You lose the first game. Boom. All of a sudden, now mentally, you start questioning things, and you have to fight against that devil that sits on your shoulder, questioning everything you do, both in regular life and particularly in paintball, because if you let that doubt seep in, it really is going to affect your performance. So I don't know what's going on in the minds of the Art Chaos guys. I don't know if it's, you know, maybe they're just having a hard time adjusting to this tactical field layout. But a lot of people are like, oh, this field's going to play slow. We're seeing longer points, but there are moves being made out there.
And I think with these guys, is they are a new team. There's the core guys, but they picked up some guys that have never played with those guys before. So
yeah,
a lot of them can't speak. You got a French guy on there. You got an English guy on there. There is a language barrier for a little bit.
Well, and also Art Chaos definitely, did some roster maneuvering in the offseason as well too. So they got a little bit of work to do too, just like the Ironmen do. So it looks like these teams are going to start this next point here. And there's just not a lot of time left for Art Chaos, though they're going to need to chop bodies up off the break. Looks like Brandon Cornell gets shot off the break, so here comes Art Chaos. They need to score a quick one, 30 seconds to go. Another body drops to the Ironman. We could see, but Fedorov gets shot. Still 4 players left alive. Here comes Sergey Solnaiskov. Another body drops off that corner bunker on the D side. And this is exactly what our Chaos needed to happen, but we do not know if they're going to have enough time. 10 seconds. Can Marcelo Margot fight?
Oh, there goes Alex Goldman, just Marcelo Margot, but somebody's got to get the flag.
Yeah, somebody's got to get the flag. Sergey's
Nobody
clearing
get
the
the
field
flag.
out, and they're not going to have enough time.
Oh, man, you got to be aware.
Hey, Sergey was right next to the flag.
Yeah, but Sergey was going killing everybody.
He was there. You got to grab that flag. You got to be aware of that flag. And, man.
At some point, somebody's got to be like, I'm going to go get the flag.
And I thought Sergey was going to be that guy.
Well, you know, we've seen teams that are good at that are teams like X Factor and Dynasty. How many come from behind victories have we seen those two teams do where they plan that out, where they have that in their heads when you're starting to push forward and you only have maybe 15 seconds left and you're the guy doing the killing, maybe before you launch to make your move, you got to yell to your teammate right beside you, you know, hey, I'm going, get the flag, or something. Or the person sees you launch, then you have to have that composure. Okay, Sergey's going to go do the run-through. I mean, and we've seen that on X Factor, we've seen that on Dynasty. You know, Oliver Lang almost pulled off the victory here, and we've seen Kyle Spickett do that, we've seen Tyler Harmon do it, we've seen a lot of those guys do those sorts of things, and that's what Art Chaos, if Berdnikov had just maybe had been a little bit quicker to that flag, you know, obviously he had bodies he needed to deal with too, but still, that's the difference. That's how close these teams are. And unfortunately, you know, we're up here talking about it because that was a situation Art Chaos was presented and they weren't able to get it done.
And they went out there and nearly finished that day.
They almost did. It was exciting, but just not enough. So the Ironmen will take the victory. So that makes Art Chaos 0-2. No one thought that was going to happen. Let's check out some of the highlights from this match. So there you're looking at, you know, it was a back and forth battle, man. Tons of penalties on the Ironman. As you see, they're, you know, having to get in that mud bog that's starting to form. The insert bunker on the snake side, slowing things down, trying to get out of that spot. And, you know, but the Ironmen, they fought, though. It was tough, man. They got tons of penalties. They still got the victory, though, over a highly touted Art Chaos. And here was that last second desperation run in, and about 2 seconds too late. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly down on the sidelines.
I'm here with Marcelo Margot. Ironmen just beat Art Chaos 4-3, making Art Chaos not win any games today. Coming into this, a lot of people thought Art Chaos was possibly going to kill it. Were you guys nervous at all, or were you pretty confident you were going to win?
We definitely weren't nervous. You know, they're a good team, and we accepted the challenge. But you know, they're a great team, but they haven't really done anything in the PSP yet. So you can't be nervous or intimidated by any team.
Now, you guys have a lot of weapons on your team, but you've been struggling to kind of get it together and place well, make it to Sunday. What did you practice especially for this field layout to make sure that you could get to that Sunday?
A lot of teams, I think, are going to play this field slow, and we decided we don't want to do that. We want to attack and be aggressive no matter what, and fortunately it worked for us.
All right, so can we expect to see you going out wide off the break, getting into the snake soon, spicing things up a little bit?
You can expect everything. I'm not going to tell you on the internet.
You're not going to tell me your secrets. All right, well, stay tuned. We're going to have Dynasty versus Aftershock. Aftershock played really strong against Infamous. You think they have a shot against Dynasty?
They're playing really good paintball this season, so they definitely have a chance, but Dynasty's playing good too. So I'm going to go with Dynasty.
Okay, we'll see if he's right. Stay tuned, guys.